Hey everyone, it's Ashlena. Welcome back to my channel. So today it's Aurora Tuesdays and I'm excited because it's the last poll option. It's for Cure For Me and Runaway from Genius.com. I'm excited to watch these because most of these Genius.com videos are usually the artist or band kind of singing the song and then telling you more about them. So, you know, I'm all about Aurora singing a cappella, so I'm excited for this. Listen, I just did a full album reaction to Ice Nine Kills and I'm just like, no, I should have filmed Aurora and the Warning Wednesday content first, but it's better to go from bad to good, you know, not good to bad. So let's get into this. I'm really excited to watch this. Okay, let's do Runaway first because let's be real, that's one of my favorite Aurora songs, so I am stoked to watch it. I'm so excited to watch this, you guys. I can't believe I haven't seen this video yet, but better late than never.
Runaway was actually the second song I ever wrote, and it's the most fantastic thing that as I grew older, Runaway have just made more and more sense to me and felt closer and closer to my heart. It is really surprising to me that Runaway is still kind of living its best life out there in the world. I can feel that I'm grateful that people have let Runaway into their hearts. I think that's very sweet. And I've always felt like my music it's much bigger than me. I think Runaway is one of the many examples of that the music just lives on and they live on after I'm gone, and that gives me also peace in my life, that I know that it will still exist when I'm not here. I was listening to the ocean. I saw a face in the sand. When I first started writing music, my grandest source of inspiration was nature, because it's so humble and dangerous at the same time, and so small and so big. It's just so complex and beautiful, and I love her so much. By my piano there is a window, and outside of that window there is the ocean, and I thought that it seemed so big and overwhelming. I thought, when you miss someone that is gone, the ocean can both bring comfort but also kind of emptiness. But when I picked it up, then it vanished away from my hands. When you miss someone so badly and you wish that they were still here on this earth, you kind of see their face and everything. And it's kind of frightening, but also kind of nice. You know that they're not there, and you try to hold them and stroke them on the cheek, but you can't because they're not there. I had a dream I was 7, climbing my way in a tree. I saw a piece of heaven, waiting in patience for
That line is insane.
Throughout my life, I've been very obsessed with death. It makes everything kind of meaningless, but also it makes everything meaningful. All your mistakes should be meaningless because we're gonna die anyway. And all your accomplishments and everyone you love, that should be meaningful because it might disappear one day. So it depends how you look at it, I guess. I loved climbing in trees because they're just the most majestic beings. And I was climbing it, and one of the branches broke, and I almost fell. And then I thought in my head that, oh, that was a bit fun. But also, I could have, what if I fell down and died and I was just gone? And I was running far away. Would I run off the world someday? Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Oh my God.
That I was running far away. Would I run off the world someday? Was kind of about accepting all of this. If I ran fast enough and far enough, I might just run off the world and run all the way to the moon and then beyond. And I was dancing in the rain, I felt alive and I can't complain. and I was dancing in the rain is also then an even more clear image of the fact that you're embracing and accepting the darkness as a part of life. Because the sooner you do that in life, I think the happier you can get, when you just accept that sometimes it's just shit and sometimes it's not shit at all. But no, take me home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. Home is definitely the one place where you can go and mend yourself and fill whatever space used to be empty and fix whatever thing inside you was broken. It doesn't need to be a place or the family you were born into. It can be anywhere and whoever. I was painting a picture. The picture was a painting of you. And for a moment I thought you were here, but then again it wasn't true. A difference of the two images for me, with the one finding a face in the sand and then painting a picture of someone, it's kind of two different phases of missing somebody. Because in the first verse you kind of just see them there. You see their face appear everywhere and you know they're not there. But in the second verse I'm kind of trying desperately in my own hands to manifest the face myself. And all this time I have been lying, lying in secret to myself. I've been putting sorrow on the farthest place on my shelf. Da-dee-da. The one thing I've been struggling with the most with people is to understand if they mean what they say. Because most of the time when you ask people if they're okay, they say yes. When you know something sad have just happened to them, in many occasions they will continue to say yes, that they're fine. And people are just fine all the time. But many of us are never fine. But no, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. But no, take me home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. Now you've been running so far that you got lost, and you've been dancing in the rain for so long that the world just continued without you, and you're kind of stuck. I always say, for some reason, that being a human is an extreme sport, and I think when I was 11, that was the first time that I really understood that to be a fact. The world seems to listen to whoever shouts the loudest, and people who really need help seems to only manage to say it so quiet that maybe only the dogs can hear it, like those invisible sounds that humans can't even hear. But I kept running for a soft place to fall, and I kept running for a soft place to fall, and I kept running for a soft place to fall, and I kept running.
I was waiting for that one.
For a soft place to fall. The bridge in the song is definitely when you've gone too far and you just fall to the ground because you're so tired. And a soft place to fall. I remember when I was a child, I just thought of my mother's arms. That the softest place I could ever fall was just in my mother's arms. No, take me home, home where I belong. No, 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 take me home, home where I belong. Oh, no, 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 take me home, home where I belong. No, 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 take me home, home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. The best thing about Runaway is definitely that throughout my life it has meant a different thing to me almost every time I sing it. And that's why I feel like Runaway was a gift from little Aurora to old Aurora. The next time I get in the same position as I was when I wrote Runaway, I know that I have already put those emotions into words. And maybe this time I can just relax a bit and listen to the song. Even though I can't really listen to the song because I hate listening to my own music. I think Billie Eilish said that Runaway really inspired her to do music herself. And I think that's amazing because then Runaway has served the purpose music should serve. I don't like when people say that, yeah, Runaway made her make music, so it's the song that did everything, because it did nothing compared to, like, she and her, they have done everything. It's just a tiny seed, and they are the flower.
Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't think she was going to mention that, but I'm glad she did. Listen, I could listen to her sing a cappella all day long. Dead. Okay, Runaway, it means a lot to me. I think Runaway is one of the most beautiful songs in the world. I feel like everyone should hear it. The music video is gorgeous. Her being so young is so insane. I saw that Runaway single vinyl. I literally grabbed it and like held it like this and walked to the counter so no one could steal it from me, which in reality no one was going to steal it, but I'm beyond thrilled to own that single because it's one of my favorite Aurora songs. I just love hearing the meaning behind it, but I also love that she said the softest place she could land is in her mom's arms. Is it horrible? I just want my daughter to become a songwriter so she could write shit like that about me. That was so cool to watch. Like, that was awesome. So good. Okay, let's watch Cure for Me now. I think it's so interesting that she only did this Genius.com thing for this song 3 years ago. She obviously went for Cure for Me, I'm assuming. I'm confused because it says this Runaway official lyrics and meaning was 3 years ago, but then she also did Cure for Me, which is what we're going to watch now, and that was also 3 years ago, and she's wearing different things. I just assumed it was the exact same day she did this. It doesn't say the date. I really hate that YouTube doesn't tell you the date of things. Oh wait, September 8th, 2021. And this one was May 18th. So that's interesting. She went and did Runaway. And then 4 months later came back and did Cure for Me. I'm curious why she hasn't gone back and done more. What the hell, Genius.com? Get your shit together. Okay, let's listen to Cure for Me, the lyrics and meaning.
The word kind of cure for me is very much inspired by conversion therapy, and that in so many countries it's still allowed, even in my own country, Norway, as people look as upon as such a forward-going country. It's still allowed here as well. I just wanted to make an anthem, I guess, for people to sing along with, that they know they don't need a cure.
I love that.
To whoever out there who has been made to feel like they're just wrong just because people don't accept them for who they are, especially people in the LGBTQIA+ community, I want you to know that you never need a cure for who you are. All of us have some parts we should, work with on ourselves, but I think it doesn't take much before the world tells you that you're different and that you should change yourself to be the same as everybody else, which is very sad. This song was made very differently from many of my songs, which I think you can hear. It's a song that doesn't really make you cry, but makes you dance instead, which I don't often do. I have many sad songs, but this one is not, which is nice, I guess. I run from the liars, the fuel on the fire. I know I created myself. I've told many lies out there. I met a woman once in Bergen and she said that I had a really nice dress on. And I said, "Oh, thank you. I got it from my mother when she was alive." And she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. But then my mother is not dead." And but I thought it would be funny to but of course it's not. I love you, mother. I know I can't fight the sad days and bad nights, but I never asked for your help. When I'm sad, I like to allow myself to be sad. Mm-hmm. I'm very little afraid of sadness, and every emotion I come with, this body comes with, and it's okay if I can't do anything today. I will just be sad and maybe try again next week. And I try to also remind myself that I'm never the only person in the world going through this emotion. I'm a part of a big group of people going through the same things. Sadness is just one big emotion that we all share and we all understand. So if you open up about it, most likely the person next to you will understand what you mean. I never asked people for help, but I guess it's kind of a strength and a weakness when you learn from a young age that you can take care of your own business and then you do that for your whole life. I've been offered help which I do not want, like medicine as a child to sit more still in the classes or be able to pay attention. You got hurt, but we don't belong together. Sometimes you have to be the support, and sometimes you have to be supported. When you know that you're drained after just being with someone, it's a sign that maybe it's better for you to get away. And it's so easy, I think, to forget that you do have the choice to remove yourself from a group of people or even your family or your town or a situation. You have the power, even though it's really frightening. And I just think it's an important thing to remember. I like that. So you took the love from my arms into the arms of yours. I have had to break up with someone I've never been broken up with, so that's still a life experience I'm looking forward to experiencing one day, maybe. I understand why people need so much music about it, because it looks like it's one of the most painful things. But I don't need a cure for me. Da 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 dee dee dee. I don't need it. No, I don't need a cure for me. Da da dee ba dee bee bee.
She's so cute.
I don't need it. No, I don't need a cure for me. The line "I don't need a cure for me" is directed towards quite a lot of things. It's a weird thought that if you change important things about yourself that makes you you, if it's physical, if it's the way we are or the way we act or our sexuality or our love, if we suppress these things about ourselves, we will be like kind of glide through life much easier, because the second you fit in, you can have a much easier and happier life, which I think is so sad. It's really sad. It really upsets me how many people feel this way. And I feel like most of us are in a kind of abusive relationship, if it's with ourselves, with our own kind of self-hatred, if it's with religion, if it's with social media, making us feel bad about ourselves every single day. So yeah, it's definitely a thing I feel we need to say more. I don't need a cure for me. I don't like the tension, the misapprehensions about our nature in love. I love confrontations. I think it's the lack of confrontations that creates tension. When you actually tell your truth, and when you speak your emotions, and when you confront your abuser, I guess, or whatever feels wrong in your life, then it's a good way of preventing an explosion. So I feel like those two things go hand in hand. The glorious teachers are no useful creatures who knows how to play with the gods. I don't like things that makes life feel less free, especially when it's about these wonderful, beautiful things as enjoyment or sex and love, because it's so beautiful. It makes life so great. I was very lucky as a kid because I had very good teachers. Even like the really scary and strict one had a lot of love in her when she spoke, with kindness. She was very kind. So I'm definitely very lucky to have had, like, just in school where I struggled quite a lot. I had good teachers. You got nerves, but they never show unless they hurt. So you blamed it all on my love, the moving heart I got. I was blamed for things all the time. I think when I was a child, I got in trouble quite a lot, especially at school. It's hard when people don't understand just how bad your mind is at remembering things, and it's taken personal when it's not. It's just how badly my mind works. I once forgot to put my shoes on and I got yelled at by the teacher for like being a rebel.
That's so funny.
I needed my shoes though, but it was after the summer holiday, and then I walked barefoot all the time. Please, no care for me. Please, no care for me. Care for me. A cure for me. Please, no care for me. Care for me. Care for me. Cure for me. Please, no care for me. Care for me. Care for me. We've always gone more the Eastern route when it comes to figuring out how to heal your body in the most kind of patient and natural way. A lot of herbs in our house, but my mother is kind of like a witch, a very good one, and a very like an ancient woman. We drink a lot of flower tea. We drink a lot of green tea and chamomile, and we've used honey all my life to kind of heal my voice. If I ever get tired, honey always just does the trick. And also like a spoon with a bit of honey and one garlic thing, and then a bit of vinegar. And we drink a lot of apple vinegar just to like clear the throat. And I do love acupuncture also. It really works wonders.
Interesting.
But I use a lot of flower medicine as well, like drops of flower essence. That does really good things for like the nerve system, or at least it feels like it does. And you need to know I don't need it, and you should know I don't need but no, I don't need a cure for me. I buy things I don't need all the time. I think it's more a lack of that I don't have the things that I should have. For example, I have this really long, amazing feather boa scarf in the colors of the pride flag. But what I don't have is like a normal pair of scissors in my whole house. I don't have a raincoat, but I live in like the wettest city in the whole world. But I do have many dresses that makes me feel like a fairy. And I also have like a really cool cat feeding bowl, but I do not have a cat. Yes, I should get a cat. I would love to have a black one, just because the people say they're bad luck, but we all know they're the best of luck. That's and true. That they're the most magical cats of all time. And that's a reason, I think, why witches used to have them. That there must be something really good about it.
That's so funny that she has a cat bowl and no cat. How do you not love her? I can't. I adore her so much. I think Cure for Me is an okay song. For me, I think I'm more on like the level where I've always felt comfortable with who I am, regardless of what people thought. I've cut people out of my life that do not serve a good purpose for me, who bring bad energy. I've just kind of always been like that. I'm not one to be like, cut you out of my life and then cry about it for like 10 years. I'm just like over you. Like, you're not being a good friend. You're not being a good family member. Goodbye. See you never kind of thing. And that's just how I roll. I just don't like negative people who bring negativity or drama or bullshit to my life. I am living a great life right now. I'm very happy with my family and my chosen family. And that's all I want, is my daughter to see that. And I really hope one day my daughter really appreciates Aurora's music. I think she's still a bit young to care for the more sappy, sad songs of life. She's more into like fast, fun songs. But yeah, this was really nice to watch. I just love listening to her sing a cappella. It's so stunning. She has such amazing vocal control, even for doing something so simplistic where she didn't even have to try so hard. Magical. And I really love the meaning behind the song. I hope it helps so many people. I'm sure it already has. I just love Aurora and how outspoken she is about just being true to yourself, not having people in your life that don't value you or are there for you or are using you, etc. Just live your best life as your best personal self and don't give a shit what other people think. It sounds easy. For me it was, but for a lot of people it's not. So I get it. That was great. I'm stoked. Okay, listen. The poll's done. That was the last poll option. So I got to start a new poll. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've had a zillion suggestions, but my mind is a blank right now. So feel free to go in the comments. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to watch, preferably under 30 minutes. If it's longer than an hour, it will not go on a poll because I just don't have time for that. But I will eventually do longer form content. That's totally fine, just when I can. So definitely need to do some double whammies for Aurora Tuesdays. Bad news is I have to go away, not next week, the following week to California. It's not bad news for me. It's good news for me. But I'm going to be away on Aurora Tuesday, so I have to pre-film. So I need to get this poll done by next week. So go on Patreon. It's free to join. So you can be a part of the polls for Aurora Tuesdays and the Warning Wednesdays. And we'll figure out what we're going to be doing because I'll have to film it in advance. Also, more bad news. I have to go back to my actual job in person twice a week, which is difficult because the times where before I log in and after I log off, I always have time to edit. And so I'm going to be down 2 days of editing, which is so crazy to think. So my content might decrease, but don't worry, Aurora Tuesdays and the Warning Wednesdays will continue no matter what. Promise. Guys, my vinyl of the day is Evanescence's Fallen. Now listen, this is the 20th anniversary edition of this vinyl, and I don't know what it is. Isn't this vinyl sick? Look at that. It's so cool. I'm just listening to it like it's the first time all over again, and I don't know why, but Imaginary has been on repeat. I'm really glad it's the first song on side B of this vinyl, but Yeah, this vinyl is so gorgeous. I kind of just wish the vinyl wasn't black, you know, it's kind of boring, but that's the one I got. I was happy to find it in a random Toys R Us, and I took it and I love it. So go listen to Evanescence, especially if you're going to go see them live soon. Catch up on all their new stuff. And I have an Evanescence reaction coming out this Thursday, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday.